In this video, I'm going to give 6 reasons why I love India.
No, be kind. That's all.
He took like the best pictures of me. He doesn't want to give his cell phone.
She's my daughter.
Shruti borrowed me her jacket, her helmet. Such a good ride, man. Bahut badhiya rider. Because you're taking us to the lighthouse, right? Yeah. Hi, my name is Ivana and I've been living in India now for 5.5 years. Currently, I'm traveling in Kerala and I got so overwhelmed for the love that I have for this country that I thought it is time to make a new list of reasons why I love India. Starting out with number 6, food is a love language. So we are having dinner all together, home-cooked food. This looks so delicious. We're gonna have dinner now. Delicious food. Oh my goodness, so much food. Whoa! Wherever you travel in India, people will try to feed you. There is so much pride, love, and joy in the local cuisines. I've seen that once again now traveling throughout Kerala. People are so proud of their food. They love feeding you, and it is their way of showing you the best of their country because food is such an intrinsic part of Indian culture. Also, I love the fact that food is good for any problem that you have. You know, had a bad day, have a chai with a vada. Having a wonderful morning, I mean, it's gonna get even better if you started out with a wonderful Indian breakfast. I have some idiyappam over here. I don't know if you can see that. Idiyappam are basically rice noodle rotis. I don't know if you could call them like that, but basically you eat them with your hand and you dip them in this veg curry. Currently, I am having the most amazing morning here in Tekadi, Kerala. And I thought, what better way to celebrate that than with having a wonderful Kerala breakfast. Also, if you're fighting with somebody, just offer them some food and your fight will be resolved in no time. Food is also there to celebrate every single occasion. For some people, it's the main reason to attend Indian weddings.
We're all foodies here, or at least like 99% of my subscribers. And the food at Indian weddings is one of the best parts. This buffet did not disappoint at all. This was the dinner buffet. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, don't you want this? I want this now. I'm drooling just watching this. And of course, my favorite, paneer. If you have paneer, you have my heart.
And I couldn't agree more because Indian food is so delicious, but I also love the fact that food is a love language. Cheers. Reason number 5 why I love India. Spirituality is really embedded in daily life. Now by that, I don't mean go to an ashram and sit there all day waiting for enlightenment.
Oh, you're called in your body and you leave? No, same experience. So throw the ego out. Take the truth. What is it here?
Even though that is an option, yoga originated in India and I am a yoga teacher. I did a yoga teacher training. It literally changed my life. But what I mean with spirituality is embedded in daily life is that, first of all, religion is so important, but it's not in a way where it's only about praying and hoping good things will come to you. A lot of kindness and generosity comes from that religion being embedded in daily life. And you can see that, for instance, with the food that you get in the temples, the prasad, the blessing, that is really, really amazing. But also, I think through Ayurveda, where you are also taking care of your inner well-being and not just your outer appearance. There are so many ways to see spirituality in India embedded in daily life. It is through the kindness and generosity of people.
Camel, if you love camel will love you. Yes, someone.
And I love the fact that it's not just about material things, but also about your inner work in your daily life here. One of the most important reasons why I shifted to India from the Netherlands is because I couldn't handle the rain and the cold anymore. Here in India, I learned how to love the rain and how to appreciate a little bit colder weather. Here in Munnar, it was raining all afternoon yesterday. And it was just such a mood, such a vibe with the chai and hot snacks. Today the sun is shining. It is a little bit cooler, but the sun is shining and it is so comfortable. Like, this is the cold season in Munnar. And also because India has so many climates in the country, at almost any point of the year, you can choose to travel within the country and experience the climate that you want. I love that. I love having all of that in just one country. Reason number 3 why I love India is the entrepreneurial spirit. From the simple chaiwalas and the fruit vendors to the massive unicorn businesses in the startup scene to the family businesses, I feel India has such a strong mentality of entrepreneurship.
Pay attention to what's happening in traffic. You really really will get inspired everywhere you look, and I love supporting entrepreneurs in any kind of shape or form. That's why I actually bought the bubble guns from the street vendor. They cost me 300 rupees and I'm grateful to contribute to someone's business this way.
And especially being an entrepreneur myself, I feel so much more motivated being surrounded by so many people who think in business terms, not just getting a job and having an employer and being an employee, even though obviously a lot of people do have that, but there are just a lot of people in India and a lot more than many places that I've seen in the world who think more of creating their own product, selling that, having their own business.
Yes?
Yes. It just motivates me in my journey because I want to become a better entrepreneur. I was raised as an employee, so go to school, get a job, buy a house, get married, have children. But in India, I have really seen that, getting a job is not always necessarily the way or the only way to earn an income. I feel building a business is almost like playing with Lego. I don't know if that makes sense. You're just constantly trying to figure out like what will work and how can you sell that and which customers have a certain need. And when I look around me in India, I can kind of see that mentality or that kind of thinking multiple times throughout the day. Like currently I am at an airport and I can honestly tell you at least 20-30% of these people are going to have their own business. I have never met so many entrepreneurs as in India. I swear I will never get to that food place. I just bought a kurta, a really, really pretty one. It's gold. It's so beautiful. Wow, look at this. And they're just gonna make the sleeves for me like in 2 minutes and tailor it. I'm going to see a real Indian tailor work his magic for me. Look at this. This is so vintage but awesome. He's just tailoring it by measuring my size like in not even like in 10 seconds and then boom, tailored. Okay, well, I have a new kurta. And it just makes me so excited because it is a topic that I'm super interested in and I feel it is really embedded in Indian business DNA, which is something that really excites me. Reason number 2 why I love India is the Indian spirit of generosity. That obviously instantly shows whenever it is Diwali season. Indians are champions of gifting. Oh my gosh, best hotel ever. I got a gift for Diwali sweets, and they're giving it to all their guests. That's so sweet. I'm so happy. Really rude also to go to an Indian household when you're coming there for the first time without even bringing something as small as sweets. Some Diwali sweets for Anjet's parents. He told me not to buy anything, but seriously, how can you be a guest at someone's house on a holiday and not bring anything? No. Very often, I'm also randomly gifted so many things by Indians, but that is only the material aspect. One thing that I've also noticed is that Indians also have a very generous spirit when it comes down to helping others. I forgot my passport and my money and my credit card in my room, and I checked out. So the cleaner, he just came downstairs. He was like, "Oh, is this yours?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, lifesaver." There have been numerous times when I have just been lost or needed help, and very often the amount of time and energy that Indians offer me in the form of help is just beyond words. Obviously, Indian hospitality is also unrivaled in the world. Really, I haven't seen better hospitality than in India. And yes, a lot of people will say like, "Oh, but that's just because of your fair skin." Well, to be very fair, pun intended, there have been many foreigners who came to India and who didn't have those kind of good experiences that I've had. So I also do think it depends a little bit of your own attitude and how you approach the world. But my experiences have been truly mostly good. Let's say 99% of the times people have gone above and beyond to help me out whenever I needed help. At this moment, me and my dad were on our way to the hotel to literally pick up our luggage and go to the airport to catch our 9 p.m. flight to Bangalore. My dad, as you saw, started acting really weird, and luckily I knew that he had this kind of strange episode a couple of years back. Apparently it is called a TIA, I learned later. Okay, so let's say 10 years ago he had a blood clot in his brain.
It was TIA.
In the meantime, obviously, when we were on our way to the hospital, I alerted my friends here. I alerted Nishta, obviously, Sakshi and my friend M here. He arranged for our flights to get moved to the next day.
Not only did all my Indian friends and online friends spring into action to help, but my dad also managed to travel back with my friend's husband, so he wasn't alone. This was by far one of the scariest episodes of my life in India, and Indians had my back, for which I'll always be grateful.
In this day and age when everybody's busy and rushing, nobody has time for people to take out time out of their day to help you out and put their time, energy, and effort into that. I think that is just super, super generous. But this is also connected to the number one reason why I love India. The number one reason why I love India as a Dutch foreigner living in India is because of the community DNA in the core of Indian culture. In a country where there are so many individual states with their own culture, their own history, their own languages, their own cuisine, this diversity is still protected in the unity of the country. I love seeing kids growing up with their grandparents because family is absolutely at the core of Indian culture. I personally feel more comfortable living in a society with a community DNA, which results in so many more random acts of kindness simply because people are looking out for each other. He took like the best pictures of me. He doesn't want to give his telephone.
She is my daughter.
This community DNA also shows in daily life where people call each other auntie, uncle, didi, bai, even when they're not related, but simply to signify that we are all connected and we are all one. Looking on the effects of mental health in individualistic societies where it's each to their own, I just feel that this is a better alternative and this is the kind of world that I want to live with. I think as humans, we are all connected to each other and we thrive when we look out for each other. And I see that in Indian society on a day-to-day basis because of this community DNA. It also gives me so much joy how easily people open up their homes and invite you in their family lives because there is this community DNA and people are looking out for each other. Ghar aa jao, come home is a very, very common term in India. Okay, well this is unexpected. Let me try. Very good. So hard to say goodbye, but I have to keep going. So bye. It was so nice meeting you. Bye. And it just simply makes me feel more connected to humanity than living in an individualistic society. At the end of the day, I think Indians have a very, very big heart towards each other, but also towards me and towards the world. And I think that is right now also what the world needs. So I feel super grateful and super privileged to be living in the midst of Indians and learning more of this community DNA. And that's one of the main reasons why I really, really love India. I think it sets an example for the whole world on how to live in harmony with each other. Obviously, there are conflicts, but if you look at how big this country is with 1.3 billion people and how much diversity there is, man, India truly is an example for the world and for me. I love learning to be a better human being on a daily basis here.
Previously, I have made 2 other videos about it. So in case you have some reasons which you think are very valid for loving India and they do not get mentioned in this video, I would suggest you to watch those other 2 videos because probably if I'm not mentioning them here, I've mentioned them in the previous videos.